All right, here's the deal. I tuned up the mountain bike and I took it for just a little warm-up ride yesterday to basically keep the pump primed, the pump being my legs. And when I did, I still had grinding from my brakes, and I haven't been riding it. I've been riding my other bikes and just training. So I should have rode it in the last 2 weeks, and I didn't. So I had grinding. So I came home, I took a look at it, and I noticed that one of the pins, well, this is a spring. And this spring is supposed to look like this. And this spring sits between the brake pads. Look at the brake pad. There is no pad, almost. And this one is completely gone. And this one, completely gone. And this one is just, I don't know, has a millimeter left maybe. So parts of this were sticking up, and I said, that doesn't look right. So then I took the brake pads off, and so I wore off my brake pads basically on Port Gamble. And while I was at Port Gamble, the just so much mud and stuff, and all the rides, the races, it's been 5 now, all of them have been super wet and lots of mud and grime getting into the brakes and stuff. So I basically wore down my pads, what was left of them, really fast. I came home last night and checked this out, and it was after when all the stores are closed. So right now it is it's about 10 to 9. And the first store that opens up is 9:30, and I have to leave to get down to the next race. I have to leave by 10. So I've got the bike, has no pads on it right now, so it is not usable for racing. And I've got everything packed. I'm going to go down and load up the car. I'm going to drive over to the shop. It's like 5 minutes away. We wait for the shop to open. When it opens, I'm going to get me some new brake pads. I'm going to walk out, pop them on, throw on the wheels. If I do that and my brakes are working again, I get it done quick enough, then I jump in the car and race down to go to my race. So brand new brakes installed thanks to Nick at Element Cycles. So, and brand new brake back here too. Okay, in front of us we have the under 19, and he was the only one in his category. And this is my category, 40 to 49. I'm on the start line, and so I'm going to go for the whole shot. I'm trying to be one of the first people in our group. So 2 of the guys there took off right away. I'm in too low of a gear. I'm having a little trouble getting my foot into my clip, and so 2 more in front of me. And so at this point, I just passed one of the guys, so I'm in 4th spot. And I'm going to trade with a couple people here. He tried to make a pass on him. That was an uphill, and he couldn't see that. I mean, I didn't see it either, so we just came up over a little rise. And this course starts with the very first section is a big straightaway, and it just keeps going up and up and up. So the very beginning, we basically get the climb. It's a really good intro into the race, and we've got routes and stuff too, like on the climb. It's not easy. And then I'm gonna show you basically a lot of downhill sections, because we get to do this big climb at the very beginning. So at the beginning, there's gonna be a little bit of passing and stuff. And here I'm coming up. I was trying to pass just a little bit before, but coming up this hill section, the guy who almost crashed on to the right there at the beginning, he passed, and there I almost fell over to the left. Thank goodness I stayed up. So we're on a pretty steep hill here. This is one of the worst ones on the course, and I was able to pass on this section, but not enough speed, and I spin out on this tree root that's here. And so he passes me. So the next 2 laps of this race, this is a 2.5 lap for the Cat 2. Most people ran that section there, and I did as well, because it was just a long and steep section. So I think I'll say this later in the race, but basically this is my first time at this course, which is Dash Point in Tacoma, and it doesn't have anything too crazy. Mostly you've got some sharp turns. You can get some good speed. So here you see these cones with the arrows pointing to the left. On the other side, they're pointing to the right. That's because the course has a half lap. The half lap, basically, while you do have some racers on the course from the ahead, from the first categories, while the further back, divisions. So a category is broken into multiple divisions by age.
2 laps. There's a half lap. That's done. Now I'm in the first of the 2 laps of the main course. Someone coming up behind me.
So here we are at that half lap section, and you can see the arrows are pointing to the left, and there's some flag people indicating which way we should go. So this is where we jump onto the full section of the course instead of going back and doing that half.
He's catching me fast.
So my group started was the second division, as I was saying. The category is broken up by age groups. So I have people behind me who are catching me, who are going to be passing me throughout the race, and it played a little bit of a mental mind game with me because I thought I was being passed by people in my division. So this is a fun section, super fast. It's got a nice flowy section. Comes some steep, like this is very steep here, and then it does this drop in, and I had too much speed and went off course, which a lot of people did, I heard, and you can see the skid marks. So then I had to gear down and get back going.
First time on these trails. Yeehaw! All right, gear up. Let's go, folks. Come on.
This is the fastest section of the course. So this here is one of the small punchy climbs you got, and you can see it just keeps climbing up. A lot of the climbs have roots on them, so it just really takes it out of your legs. So I got people coming up passing me. Some of them are calling out. Some of them I can hear, and I'm letting them pass because I'm not there to block people. If you're going faster than me, I'm going to let you go. If you make the mistake like I've done and pass you when on a hill and then run out of steam, then that's embarrassing. But
go.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not going to lose much time if you go to the side, especially if you're, huffing and puffing like I am. So right in front of me here is Swift Carbon Link on Instagram, and he's going to, in the end, be in 3rd place. And I'm sitting in 4th right now, which I was pretty much the entire race. But with all the people passing me, I thought they were in my same group, so I got a bit demoralized. And I'm tired. Yeah, this hero has got a switchback like 2 or 3 times, and it just keeps going up. And this is what's bringing us to this steep section. This is the one I spun out on the first half lap, and so the additional 2 laps I just jumped off and ran it with my bike.
Thanks. Here we go, caught it this time. All right.
So I got that steep section.
Riding on the edge.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Wow.
This guy's crazy.
I'm in a big chain ring in front. Got some room on the back. 19 miles an hour. I'm shifting gears a lot because I'm just adjusting small adjustments to keep my pedaling smooth at the rate I like, which keeps me going the fastest.
So I've had some people ask me, like, what's all that clicking sound? And, just explaining that basically it's for changing gears. I've had some people ask me, like, why do you change gears so much? People who are not mountain bikers. friends and stuff, and yeah, so we're always trying to basically keep our pedaling smooth and optimal, so we're not, you know, spinning too fast or not spinning too slow. Some people, I find, it seems like people who are newer to it want to pedal at a lower cadence because they almost like they can feel the power. And you see the course is slippery at sections.
Come on.
You're good.
Oh, I kept it in there.
I'm just going to cruise.
I let Scott here in front of me again, and we're tired. And trying to navigate these routes.
Whoa!
Man.
That one's slippery. It's all right, dude.
I'm getting too tired.
Me too. I'm hitting them same way. It's a punishing course. You did.
What?
72-hour recovery. You got that right. Good ride, man. I had the same thing.
Today's race was a totally new experience. I decided to go for the hole shot, which means I tried to get close to the front. I was one of the first people. At one point, I counted, I could see everybody who was in front of me, and I saw that I was sitting in 5th place, and I was like, all right, I'm sitting in 5th. This is pretty good. Let's try and hold this. So I kept trying to hold it, and I was just pushing hard, pushing hard, pushing hard. I was like, I can't maintain this. And then people were coming up behind me, and I thought they were in my category. So I basically I started to lose confidence in myself. I basically said, oh man, I'm just getting passed. This is terrible. I'm like, okay, I'll just try and keep it holding on to whatever position I can hold on to. Then another group came up and they passed me, and I'm like, okay. Man, I'm like, this was a bad idea. Why did I push so hard? Like, so many people push hard in the beginning to get up there in front, and then they just drop back. So on the first lap, I thought I had dropped to 11th, maybe 12th. And then I kind of sat there and I kind of kept that position for the rest of the race. And I had very few people pass me. The ones that did pass me, they looked younger. So I said, all right, those are the younger guys, no problem. And one or two fast, older guys, they passed me too. So finish the race, get back, see the results. 4th. I got 4th. I have no idea how I got 4th, other than what really happened was all those people passing me were not the people who were in my category, who were in the other categories behind me, who had caught up because we start about a minute apart. So they just caught up to me and passed me. I didn't drop down at all. So my big attack in the very beginning for position really put me up there. So I'm used to starting farther back, and so I'm used to passing people because, for one thing, I don't try to go for the hole shot in mountain biking because, hey, I've got enough time to pass people, I'm pretty good at it. What I'm learning is in mountain bike racing is there's nowhere to pass, okay? Like, you get a couple spots. I gotta be more vocal when I wanna pass, but that's how you pass. Being up front, and I'm not used to being one of the first groups to go out such that I'm being passed by all kinds of people, just not in my cat. So I'm pretty happy with that. I should be attacking for that hole shot more often, and I shouldn't let the mental game that I was playing with myself where I was saying that I'm not doing very well, I'm falling behind. I tried to basically push that out of my mind, but I've got to push that even further out of my mind. Just let go, okay? Let go and race. Just spin those legs up that hill as fast as I can go. Pass each person I can pass. If someone's passing me, doesn't matter, they're in a different category, don't worry about them. As long as I'm passing people in front of me, they're most likely in my category.
Thanks for watching the race recap with me. If you'd like to watch the full race, see a little bit more of the climbing, huffing, and puffing, then you click up to the top left. If you'd like to subscribe, you can click on the center, and if you'd like to see one of the popular videos from the channel, you can click to the top right. Thanks.